What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Farm Sim 2017 mod review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a mod, or rather a mod pack that I am very excited about. As you can see, it's red, and yes, I do bleed red. This is the Case IH Maxim pack that is available on Farm Simulator's Mod Hub right now, either in-game or on their website. It is listed as a beta right now, but for a beta tractor, this thing's pretty good. So there's three different models that you can get: the 110, the 125, and the 140. But to get into some more detail, let's first jump into the store, shall we? So you'll notice here we actually have, rather than have one slot and then be able to pick the 110, the 125, and the 140 from within, like, say, the Pumas, you'd be able to pick the 185, the 215, and the 240, all within the one slot. Instead, you have three different slots, and here's why. You get the CVX 110 engine setup, but you still get a choice in engine, so you can bump that up 10 kilometers an hour. You're going from 110 to 120 horsepower. 120 to 130 and 130 to 135. For every 5 kilometers an hour, you get an extra 5 horsepower. Obviously, the price also increases. What else do we have going on? We have attachers. We have 3 different attachers that you can get. You can get either the weight, front hydraulics, or without anything. Next up, we have front loader attacher. That's pretty plain Jane, pretty simple stuff. It either has it or it doesn't. Wheel setups, we have standard, wide tires, wheel weights, narrow tires, rear twin wheels, and crawler track. A multitude of different options. So we're going to jump back out of the store. I've purchased 4 tractors already, and we'll kind of give you a rundown on some of what all they've included here. So the first one is the most basic tractor I've purchased. It is the 110 without anything on the front. And I do want to bring up, without anything seems a little silly to me, that it still has a PTO attachment on it. Now, I'm no farmer, I don't claim to be, but I would think if it doesn't have front hydraulics, you're not going to have the PTO. I don't see what the point would be, but maybe there is a piece of equipment that you would hook up without front hydraulics. And correct me in the comments below if I am incorrect there. There we have the front loader attacher. Sorry, I kind of drew a blank there. We're rocking just normal plain Jane tires on it, and that's pretty much it with this setup. Jumping inside, we do have IC, and let's see if it decides to work for me today. No, of course not. Yes, every time I go to record, my IC never works. But that's okay, I can give you a rundown. We do have tilt steering. We have opening of the left and right door. We have a window shade as well as the sunroof. And I have already tested these and they are all functioning. We can open the hood. We can turn on some lights inside the cab as well. Moving around this way, we can open up the rear window. And I do want to also make note, and it's a shame my IC isn't working right now, because when you open the hood and the tractor is running, you can actually see the engine vibrating, which is a really cool feature. Okay, so now at this point, I think we're just going to kind of do a little bit of a walk around. The 125, you can see this is with the front weights on it. If I had to make one little note, I'd say the weights just seem a bit big, but that's just my general opinion. And this one is rocking the wide tires on it. Next tractor in line is again a 125. We went with the front weights on it. Only difference being that we're rocking the dual rear wheels. Moving over once again, and this is a bad mother tractor. We've got the Case Maxim 140 crawler track. It's got the full front hydraulics, and she's a mean tractor right there. She is a mean tractor. I want to take a quick minute. We're going to jump in the tractor here real quick. And let's do up our startup and our shutdown. They're both, the audio moves throughout very cleanly. I've already test driven it. It sounds A1. Actually, we'll take it for a quick spin here so that you guys can hear exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what you would expect. I suspect it's probably using in-game sounds, but all is well there. I do have one thing I want to note. You'll notice with the signal lights, the flash actually seems to beam off of the light a little bit, and I actually noticed it with the brake lights as well. It's kind of hard for me to do it at this point in time, but yeah, see, it's not really perfectly centered there. Let's shut her back down. But that's, you know, it's nothing major. Maybe that's why they're still calling it beta. I do not know. Let's run through all of the lights. We have your regular front lights, your back lights, and front working lights. So all in all, pretty good there. Really, all the textures on this tractor are very clean. And as a Case IH fan, I would say, as of thus far, I mean, I haven't gone back any further than FS15, but through 15 and 17, this is by far the best Case Maxim that I have seen produced, in my humble opinion. There may be other ones that I haven't seen yet, but as the ones I've seen, this is the best one thus far. Really, I don't know anywhere that I can knock something off for the textures inside, on the outside. Moving on the inside, everything's fine and dandy there. We've actually got a loading screen on the window. The throttle actually moves, which is a nice addition. Texture all above par. I have no complaints as of right now. One thing we need to do, as we always do, is take a quick look at our log. The only thing we have in here right now is the HUD hider. And scrolling up, it would appear as though we have a perfectly clean log. Yay! And no, but in all seriousness, that is a big plus. Remote debugger connection failed local host. Just noticed that. I haven't seen that one before, but I'm not 100% sure what is causing that. I think that's something on my end. So at this point in time, I'm going to take a quick moment, jump out of game, add on some dirt textures, and we'll take another look at it, and we'll give our final rundown. So just bear with me. I'll be back in just 1 second. Alrighty, we're back in game now, and we're taking a look at the tractors, and at first glance, everything looks good. So let's zoom in just a wee little bit further, and we're actually looking at this 125 at the moment, just the one that we ended up tabbing to. So we've got mud on the hood, the front grille. Not sure if I really see any on the front headlights. Not the end of the world, though. We do clearly have dirt on the front glass. Definitely on the back glass. Kind of hard to tell whether or not we do on the side glass. So let's jump in the cab and see if we can see any that way. Side glass actually looks pretty clean. There is dirt on the handles of the side glass, but I don't actually see any on the side glass itself, so that could be worked on. Clearly there's mud on the floor, which is nice. I'm seeing mud all over the 3-point hitches, inside the tires, really pretty much everywhere. And actually I'm not seeing, oh yeah, there is even a little bit on the sunroof, you just have to angle yourself the right way to see it. And that may be the same case with the side glasses, but I'm just not seeing it. I want to quickly tab over. Yeah, I want to take a look at these crawler tracks, make sure that they're all good, which it does appear to be. And actually, I don't know if you can see it through the recording, but like I said earlier, my IC isn't working while I record, so I wasn't able to open the hood, but I can actually see dirt on the motor inside as well. We've got mud on the tailpipe, as well as the license plate. All good there. Twin rear wheels. We've got dirt textures on all of that. Just want to jump in cab real quick. I never thought to check the mirrors, and they all seem to be functioning, so another plus. And I think that's pretty much going to do it for the mod review. So it's time to give a final analysis. And I'm going to give this tractor 4.5 stars. And by the way, I just double checked my log where I reopened the game, and I think those debug things came from when I took a screenshot there earlier. But I just double checked the log, and it is clean. So I'm giving this guy 4.5 stars. The only two things I'm noticing out of everything is the side panel glass doesn't appear to have dirt texture on it, and the lights, the beam seems to be a little far off of where it should be. One thing I forgot to mention earlier was actually the total horsepower range. So with these tractors, you can range anywhere from, I believe, 110 horsepower to 170 horsepower, and that really fills the gap for the Case IHs. Now we can rock everything from the bottom of the line all the way to the Case, what is it, the Steiger, sorry, drew a blank there. And that really makes me a happy man. I guarantee you will see one of these tractors on one of my farms in the not too distant future. So, if you like what you saw today, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. By the way, this mod will be listed in the description down below if you want to download it for yourself. Don't forget to check out PCSG as well as 3 Dudes Gaming. I've also got some top tier YouTubers that I consider my good friends listed in the description as well. Don't forget to check out Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the main YouTube header as well as the description. And until next time, y'all have a great night. See ya!